Hotel Black Power. Giving honor to all the ancestors, giving honor to the Creator, giving honor as always to my sister, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul, my father, in-laws, all the rest of my family and comrades that are in the ancestral realm, those who made recent ascensions, as well as all of my great scholars, warriors, and elders who laid the path down for us. And to you all out there who are fighting in the liberation and salvation of the black nation, those heard and unheard of, those true and untrue to the cause. What I want to talk about today is Brother Bill Cosby, who it appears that, the brother has been thrown under the bus, for whatever reasons that we can imagine, according to white supremacy. He didn't, play by the rules, play by the black rules, the house nigga rules, and he has to suffer the consequences for it now. And I'll explain briefly why. Mr. Cosby is in a situation and condition that he's currently in now. It's a shame, it's sad, but at the same time, these are the consequences that you pay when you play ball with the devils. It's just that simple. Now, every time Bill made an attempt to purchase NBC, something happened tragic to him. The first time he made an attempt to buy NBC, they told him to sit down and shut up and stop making noise, a whole bunch of noise. We gave you the Cosby Show. You've been a good house nigga since I Spy in the 60s. Now all of a sudden, you want to act like you're one of us, that you can, stand among us when it comes to power and control. Get back in your nigga place. When he refused to do that, that's when they killed his son. Actually, it was a FBI CIA sting where they used another homosexual, because Bill Enos Cosby was a homosexual, and which Bill tried to hide for so long, and then tried to force him to be heterosexual. Did everything he could, bringing women by, trying to make him become a heterosexual. And Enos, Enos like that penis. So they set him up. He was set up, murdered, as a sign, as a signal, and a message to Bill Cosby. Nigga, now do you think we're playing? Bill sat back for a while. Then again recently, not too long ago, he made the same attempt to purchase NBC. So it took them a couple of years to find this white trash, these dogs. They had to go to the animal shelter and get these white bitches, and fix them up, powder them up, and tell them what to say. That Bill Cosby raped them, drugged them and raped them in 1980. Some old fucked up shit like that. Which supposedly, with the exception of a homicide, the statute of limitations supposedly had been ran out on some of these old 70-year-old Cocker Spaniel bitches just hollering, they got raped. So anyway, this is the dilemma that he's facing now. Being partially blind, if that's true, or that might be a fear of just going inside. And the only support that I saw was Keisha Knight Pulliam from the Cosby Show that actually went into the courtroom with him, as far as I know. But it's not expected of Joseph C. Phillips, Erica Alexander, and the other guy that played the oldest. What's the oldest daughter? With the oldest daughter's name on the Cosby Show. Joseph C. Phillips, who is a staunch conservative coon. Very, very conservative. I want to be a cracker type nigga. Erica Alexander, who married a white man, and her husband looks like Booberry, Frankenberry or Mass, and it's just a sad situation. Lisa Bonet, she's out of her mind, peeled the fuck up. Tempsy Bledsoe, she's another bougie, bed wench. And Felicia Rashad, I don't know what her situation is. However, I know she's like her sister, an opportunist. And I was surprised Keisha Knight Pulliam, who is a snobby little bed wench that is very, very snobbish. However, I have to give her credit for her showing up, whatever her reasons may be. And then some of you niggas, as always, some of you coons actually believe that Bill Cosby sat up there and raped some 50, 60 Geritol eating spiderweb around the ass. These old, zero estrogen motherfucking white bitches, with no non-melanated recessive gene, Miss 6 o'clock, straight up, straight down, ironing board ass, subject to have the itch, white cave bitch. And I'm just paraphrasing Dr. Khalid Muhammad. However, this is what they want to do to Bill. They want to ensure that he doesn't open his fucking mouth anymore and put enough pressure on him. Hopefully, his health conditions may begin to deteriorate, and then they will never have to worry about him. Then they'll work on his wife so they can take his estate from him. These are the games this motherfucking cracker plays. These are the games that these crackers play, and the house niggas that play along with it. I cannot understand what would make someone that is heavily melanated or melanated, period, that's under oppression, regardless of your status, that wants to take the side of the enemy, the force and system that is oppressing you. You want to take that side and enjoy your oppression, or either jump on the enemy side hoping you'll be accepted so you can oppress your own brothers and sisters. Can't understand that. It's hard for me to fathom that one. Jason Whitlock made a comment about the LeBron James situation, stating, this is what this, 300 pound, I haven't seen my toes, since 2010, motherfucking white house nigga, fat pig. I can't tell my gut from my butt ass motherfucking nigga. He said that LeBron James, in so many words, is excluded from racism based on the fact that he's an NBA superstar, that he has money. That makes him not have to suffer the impact of racism opposed to someone that's poor. Because in other words, he was saying, this Jenny Craig runaway said that poor people deal with racism, but the black people that are well off don't deal with racism. In so many words, that's what he was saying. Totally out of order, totally wrong. And these are the niggas that are so distant from reality and don't know their way back to the black community. If you showed them, they couldn't find their way back to the black community. And Jason Whitlock, this big black vending machine, they can't find a fedora to fit his motherfucking watermelon head. This big fat vending machine, that if you stab him, he'll bleed chocolate milk. This motherfucking coon has to come out and see. Now I'm understanding what's going on now. The coons, when situations against the black community happen, the coons literally fight on social media and through the sports, entertainment and sports, and through the news. Who's going to make the comment that's going to draw the most attention and backlash from the have-nots? And you get this all the time. Every time you have a situation in the black community, a crisis, someone is murdered, or anything that is a crisis in the black community, like for a black man to wake up in the morning, he has to face crisis just by waking up. Every time there's a crisis, you get, it's always these coons that come out the closet. And they do this to throw the have-nots and throw the masses of black people off, so they won't deal with the whites and the real culprits of the situation. They'll just focus on the house niggas. But what we need to do, we need to go on both sides. We need to start. First of all, we need to, you have to deal with the house niggas. That's just like if it was a racial war right now. Or not racial war, I'll just say revolution and uprising and insurrection. You got to kill the house niggas first. You got to go, because they're going to be the ones blocking the door so you won't get the massa. So you always have to do that first. But we cannot forget to deal with the motherfucking slave masters. And that's something that we tend to forget. Most of you do it on purpose, because you're so used to slicing open somebody that looks like you, and you forget about this motherfucking cracker. And that goes for a lot of you so-called, conscious and You know, you have these news shows and you have these talk shows, and you always focus on black trauma. Lovely Tea and the Advice TV show and other shows of that nature. I never see y'all go directly to the jugular vein of the motherfucking cracker. Never. I understand why the Advice TV show doesn't, because the host, Phil, sleeps with a devil. And Lovely T, she wants to play both sides of the fence, because she's probably buying her hair from somebody that's not black. So, but nevertheless, you never see these black, so-called pro-blacks go straight to the cracker's ass. As y'all know, and I'm not separating myself from the rest, but I am separating myself from those who don't, because we have a lot of brothers and sisters that have a no-nonsense policy with white supremacy. And I always commend y'all for that. Always commend you for that. You know, I got some news the other day from the brother in Miami-Dade, you know, Ike Bracewell, and a black power to that brother, who was stating how these stinking camel jockey sandcracker ass Arabs are down in Miami-Dade doing whatever they want to our sisters and to the black community. And this is a message to you sisters down there. Leave them motherfuckers alone. Stop sleeping with them motherfucking diseasey ass, camel riding, sandcracker, shoe full of sand ass, shit breath ass motherfucking, donkey fucking ass motherfucking, missionary faggot ass Arab motherfuckers. Instead of assisting the brother and run up in them motherfucking 7-Elevens and take them motherfuckers for bad. Some of you blacks, based on what I heard from brother Bracewell, some of you niggas go on there, you accept verbal abuse from them motherfuckers, and you buy merchandise from them. No sir. No sir. It won't work like that with me. The first time I see them even talking to somebody else of color negatively, I'm automatically taking what I got in my hand out, and you better not come to the motherfucking door. Or I'm gonna knock your whole motherfucking grill out, for starters. Cause you motherfuckers can't fight. When you ganged up, you can do shit. Cause that's what women do. You know, but anyway, back to subject matter. You know, with you know, these old coons. You know, who are the gargoyles, like Steve Coakley talked about, the gargoyles who protect racism, white supremacy. They're the gatekeepers. Yeah, the gatekeepers. You know, the same way it was through slavery. That's why when you go back and look at history and a lot of our historical figures, our ancestors, study them before you give them any type of props. Because a lot of our people were agents back then. But the ones that you hear about that the cracker condemns, those were the warriors. Toussaint Louverture, the Haitian Revolution, which Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Boukman Dada, and several other warriors, kings and queens over in Haiti during the Haitian uprising, beat the shit out of Napoleon. They don't teach you that in school. And how Napoleon who owned 13 states in the United States, based from the Revolutionary War when the French came over here. He had to sell his 13 states back to Thomas Jefferson to finance the military army, the French military army, to continue battling Haiti during the Haitian Revolution. They don't teach you that in school. You never hear that on any news or anything. This is just something for you parents to teach your children, to uplift their spirit, to let them know that they have that same DNA, that warrior DNA in them too, as well. You know, and you know, these comments, this backlash, you know, from the coons, you know, that these commentators and these house niggas make. Nobody supporting Bill Cosby, you know, Keisha Knight Pulliam. All the help, all the people he put on. The courtroom should be crowded with stars, with black stars. Packed with black stars. Not just the Cosby show cast, but other strong, so-called conscious black actors packed in there to support him, to let this cracker know you just not taking him. You know, it's not going down like that. We're going to deal with him for his past cooning, but that's our situation. But we don't look at shit like that. You know, once again, you know, you on your own. You on your own. You know. Same way with that fucking, you know, that Jason Whitlock shit. You know. That fat piece of shit. That fat tub of goo. Who always has something, you know, contrary, opposed to dealing with the fucking situation. That's a coon. That's a coon. You know, like I said, you know, we got to start dealing with this cracker too, as well as the house niggas. Move them out of the way. Let's go ahead and deal with white shit. Who, you know, the culprits are behind this whole Cosby conspiracy. Let's go to the crackers, the Rockefellers, GE. These are the people who own NBC. That's who we need to go at and direct our shit to. You know, these motherfuckers who is running Rockefeller's estate right now? Who's calling the shots for NBC right now? Who's calling the shots for GE? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that, you know, you watch these smart TVs and all this smartphone shit, that's GE. That's, you know, who owns that? Who runs that? I'm not going to tell you because, you know, you have to do your own research. If you are really committed into, you know, combating white supremacy and destroying the whole system, we'll all have to read. Not just one, you know, not just 10 and 20 people doing research while everybody, you know, eats popcorn and play and pull a cheese out of their toes while they watching fucking videos. That's not fair. That's not fair to the people putting work in. And then a lot of y'all whine about, you know, helping the black community out. You know, when the true revolutionaries ask for some help, some assistance, whether it's through clothing, food, finance, it's a big issue. But it's no big issue when you get a crack of money for numbers, you know, clothing, outfits, you know, and all this bullshit. You know, Popeyes, you know, 8 pieces of chicken for $2 with, you know, goddamn ticket and all this bullshit and, you know, crack Donald selling motherfucking fetuses mixed with their hamburger meat, and you have no problem, giving and committing yourself to these motherfuckers. But when it comes to your own people, where it requires you to do some work, and you have to give or donate or include yourself, you got 1,001 motherfucking excuses as to why not. Which makes no motherfucking sense. But you sit here, you watch reality TV, you watch the Empire and all that shit. You have no problem watching that drama, all that crazy ass shit. Housewives of Atlanta. How can they be housewives when they're not even fucking married no more? The sluts of Atlanta. The show is about 4 or 5 ex-wives who done fucked over some brothers or been fucked over and refused to straighten it out, and now you've become an opportunist. And you go in front of the cracker, because the cracker's behind all the cameras, and you share your personal life. They want you to engage in sexual activities and false relationships with motherfuckers and be slung around like a $10 whore for some glamour, for some outfits, the ride in a nice car in a nice house. You gift wrap your motherfucking soul and hand it to the motherfucking cracker. You give him your soul and your energy and your ISIS hood and your goddess energy. You give it to him gift wrapped. You say, here you go. Give me the house and the car, and about 4 or 5 men. And y'all can feel me fucking these guys. So, it's always somebody's ex. What they do, they pay them, to air their dirty laundry and all their secrets out about their marriage. I'm not saying, Bill Cosby is innocent. I'm saying he didn't do all that raping. I know that for a fact. Because every time he attempts to do something, then they pop up with shit. That's a clear indication that he's innocent. But he's guilty of cooning for several years. He's guilty of cooning. But at the same time, he should have an overwhelming amount of support for the work he's done. Even though the Cosby Show, even though, it was bougie based, but it did show a positive side that, that black people can be lawyers and doctors and whatever. Even though the rest of the shit, whoever wrote the script was a coon. However, he did Different World, Don Lewis, Jasmine Guy, Kadeem Hardison. He put a lot of people. He put a lot of people ate off of him, and it's only fair, that these not only these people, but the movie and the black industry should be, should be there. So, it's just fucked up. Same way they brung every move they could to the Cleveland Cavaliers to ensure a victory from the mulattoes, from the Golden State mulattoes. The Golden State mulattoes. They do. It happens all the time. They never fail. White supremacy never fails when they're making attempts. Well, since we can't get all cracker team to beat these niggas, what we'll do, we'll get the closest thing to a cracker, which is a mulatto. Same way with the presidency. You know, they picked a mulatto who has no understanding and no experience of the black community. He grew up around, he was raised by his white mother, who was a CIA agent and spy. You know, and he was never involved in the black struggle. So he doesn't know what it is to be black. And that's what you got in the White House. You had a melanated cracker. So this is what's going on. And Brother Umar Johnson talked about that light-skinned supremacy shit. You know, several years ago. Nobody wanted to hear it because people were more focused on him being with a stripper than taking the information. Deal with that other shit later. Let's get the knowledge first. Let's get the knowledge first. You know, like I told y'all about DC, it's divided, city divided. You know, cause like the saying say, anything that is half exposed is half sold. You know, but brothers and sisters, it's time for us to you know, step our game up, put our foot on the liberation gas pedal. We're gonna have to begin to floor it a little bit, so we can get some shit taken care of. So we can knock this wall that's called the system of racism, white supremacy down. I'll be back with y'all shortly. Hotep, Black Power.